Hyundai Nexo is the first certified hydrogen vehicle to be available to the public in Australia, but there's a catch. Actually, there are a couple of catches. The first is you can't actually own a Nexo. Hyundai will lease it out to you for as long as you need it. The good news about that is they will wear the depreciation, which is bound to be pretty significant with this sort of technology in its early stages. The second catch, well, of course, there aren't many hydrogen stations around. But if you do live somewhere like Canberra, where we are right now, there is a station now, and you've got a 666 kilometre range, which means it should be pretty useful if you drive it within the area. About the size of a Hyundai Tucson, the Nexo is quite an unremarkable looking car when you consider its remarkable technology. At the front, it's got typical Hyundai features such as the large grinning cascading grille, but you'll notice the lights signature goes right along the bonnet line, which is quite unique, and it's probably a feature we'll start seeing in more Hyundais in the future. This is where the Nexo is a very different SUV to the Tucson. The hydrogen fuel cell. The tanks below the boot are filled with the hydrogen, which flows through to here, and air comes in the intake, combines with the hydrogen to create electricity, which powers the electric motor. The Nexo does have a battery, but unlike battery electric vehicles which use that to power the motor which drives the wheels, the battery is just more like a mild hybrid which provides a bit of initial power when you put the foot down, but then that charge is also used to power the 12-volt systems that operate the car. But best of all this is done without producing any carbon whatsoever. All that comes out of the tailpipe is pure water and purified air. Step inside the Nexo and you'll be pretty impressed with how swish it is. It looks European really, and it feels like it too. The 34 kilos of the plastics in this car are actually bioplastic, which means they can be recycled. And you'll see that all over the door trims, the headliner, and even part of the seats that complement the leather upholstery here. There's only one variant of the Nexo, so everything you see here comes without option. It's pretty much a Highlander spec in other Hyundai models such as the Santa Fe. And to there you'll see things that you'll recognise, such as the bridge console. And there's a lot of buttons here. It sort of looks like a Black Hawk helicopter console. It looks quite daunting, but you'll realise you've got entertainment, air conditioning and heating, seat heating, all that sort of thing, your drive buttons. So it's all there, and it's nice, easy reach when you're driving, and no fiddling around with screen buttons. So that works really well. The screen itself is 12.5 inches, nice and big infotainment screen, and almost flows seamlessly into the 7-inch driver display, which shows a host of features from driving, economy and all that sort of thing. The back seats are really comfortable as well. There's excellent knee room and leg room, and your feet go under the front seats well, so even the tallest people won't have any problems there. The roof does sweep back a bit down, but headroom isn't too bad. The seats are really comfortable. They even recline, probably about 15 degrees, so it is a nice car to be in the back as much as it is in the front. Go behind the back seats and you have 461 litres of boot space, which is a bit small for a car this size, and that's because it's limited by the hydrogen tanks underneath, which do reduce the depth of the boot. So compared to a Tucson, which is about just over 600 litres, you do lose out a bit, but you do have a nice wide and deep area to put things in. But fold the rear seats down and you get 1,466 litres, which lets you carry quite a few things. I guess what's remarkable about the Nexo is that it's not really remarkable in a driving sense. It seems to have been designed to feel much like you're in a Tucson or a Santa Fe. Even the electric motor, the power band of it and the torque is a lot like a turbo engine of a car this size, but you don't get that lag. But at the same time, there's none of that instant acceleration like you get with EVs. It's not breakneck or anything like that. It's a nice wide car, so it's well planted, and the Australian tube suspension is just really compliant. It's smooth on rougher roads. You know, you feel the bumps, but it's well composed without secondary bumps. So, you know, I think anyone who fears that jumping in a hydrogen car is just going to be a totally different experience that they're not used to, you know, they need not worry about that. At the same time, don't be disappointed, because it's just a nice, comfortable feeling car, and it's remarkably quiet too. There's a bit of noise on coarser surfaces, but that's always going to happen through rubber. And the mirrors give a bit of wind noise, but it is just a very quiet car. And unlike an EV, you don't have to wait ages to charge it. The Nexo pretty much feels like a petrol car. but you're pumping in hydrogen, which takes about 5 minutes. It takes 6 kilos of hydrogen, which is about $13 per kilo at the moment, but that'll come down over time. So at some point, hopefully you'll be able to fill your hydrogen car for under $50. So the question you want to know is, how much does the Hyundai Nexo cost? The fact is, we don't know. Hyundai won't tell us, but expect it to be like leasing a large luxury SUV. And for that, you'll be rewarded with one of the first people in Australia to be driving quite a unique hydrogen car. For more details on a drive review of the Hyundai Nexo, check out Dan Gardner's review on our YouTube channel.